Well, I lost my train of thought. So let's talk about something different. Let's talk about the web store. So the plan with the web store is to consolidate almost everything we sell. So we'll have custom commissions, and that you email us for. By the way, this week I'm going to be talking a lot about the levels. There is a concept, and I may have talked about this before, that I call fair scrutiny, which is, you know, if you order level 2 models, you're not allowed to hold them this close to your face. Because the more you blow up a figure, the more flaws you're going to see. And that goes up to and including, you know, there was one time we took like super high definition of a model. It was a Scorn Warrior. And, you know, we made it like 20 inches tall on the computer screen, like you had to kind of scroll over it. And it looked awful. His eyes were all wonky, and you know, he just like the lines weren't straight, and I was just like, oh, that's horrible. But in person, wow, it looked great when it was just a guy that tall, you know. And so anyway, so there's that. But the web store, oh, super excited about the web store. We got, it's a continuation of those treasure troves and spring cleaning things I did. Remember when I was doing like the lots on sticky notes? But that became too complicated. And then it was like after a couple days, we couldn't keep it set up that way, so I just discontinue it. And then it'd be like, well, what are we going to do with all this stuff now? And now we're just putting it up, and there it is. So we started with lot number 300. We are now on the web store, and now we are up to lot 1100. So we put up 800. I've sold about 200 of them, and I think that's really super. I think, because I've always wanted to bring the joy of miniatures battles to children and middle-aged nerds of all ages, which makes absolutely no sense. But get everybody in the game, and there's a joy to it. And you know, a lot of these lots are assembled, and that counts for little or nothing in the price of it. But that is neat to buy something that's like mostly with relatively little effort, mostly just ready to put the primer on. That's awesome. And so there's lots where they're partially painted already. Oh, what a great way for the beginner to get into it, to pick up some figures that it's like, oh, okay, just play around with them. You really can't lose. They're half off for the most part. That's generally baseline. So yeah, I'm adding Valhalla tickets, shirts, movement trays. Later down the line, I'm thinking I'm going to pick the best of products and start carrying them like secret weapon bases. Just put them on our web store. I'm also adding options for shipping. One option that's already up there is for pickup, so you can get 0 shipping for picking it up at the store. And the other one is, and if you pick up at the store, you got to put your address as Utah, because there's sales tax on that. But then I'm going to have another one that is combined with other project. So if you have a commission and you're paying our very modest shipping charges for that, you can just add those. You can add the models onto, like we just go put them in your bin. Isn't that fun? And yeah, we're getting a lot of super ridiculous trades in right now. I just put up a Grey Knights army, and that thing is, oh my gosh, that's great. So somebody traded this in. They've already painted a few units, so that gives you like a painting guide, right? Like here's not step by step, but it shows you what the finished one's going to look like, and they're mostly already together. That's great. I mean, that just puts you so far ahead in the putting together of your army. And got a Retribution army in. That's exciting. It's painted. It's kind of not the best paint job, but it's passable. And it is like, well, get it, and now, you know, maybe touch it up or add some embellishments to the paintwork. But it's ready to go. You'll be ready to play. You won't just have pieces, you know. But the web store does have that too, things new on sprue, new in box, and just, you know, also, and there's some eclectic stuff on there too. So I'm imagining the web store ultimately being really a mecca, a a place to go and just really go, oh wow, haven't seen that for a while, or oh wow, that's an amazing deal. Oh wow, that army's ready to go. That's just what I've been looking for. And what you can't get most other places, which is, I can say it, whole armies ready to go. Because sometimes people trade them in and we're just like, oh, we gotta do this one. And we finish them up, use them in bat reps, do an exhibition game, show you how to use them, what the strengths and weaknesses are. And those are really, really super. And eBay, if I counted right, and I'm remembering right, eBay has 58,000 items for Warhammer, and of course there's other games, of course, but I'm like, okay, well, by the end of the summer we could easily be up to 2,000, and that ain't not bad. That is not bad to compare with eBay. It's everything on eBay. And quite frankly, I think most of my stuff is a little more competitive than most of what you find out there. I'm sure some of you nerds are, oh, and I say that in the most complimentary manner because I am one. So I'm 43 and I'm a dungeon master. Wow. Yeah, a little socially awkward at family reunions. So some of you would get on and be like, how does it compare with eBay? Blah. Yeah, that's great. So excited about the web store. We're doing duplication armies. So if I see something really cool come through, I'll just be like, okay, well, let's take a snapshot of this, maybe some video, put it up on the web store. So if you want that, you go to the web store, you buy it, we recreate it, and you get it shipped out to you. But I was thinking, what if the ultimate incarnation, you know, I think I've talked about this on an earlier video, that wouldn't it be great to have, like, you know, right now we have like 10 studio armies. Wouldn't it be great to have like 50, or even more, just ready to go? Send it to me express. Oh, ooh, I don't have an express shipping option on the web store. That might be nice. That might be real nice. All right, well, I think I've ran out of steam, which isn't my normal thing. But I just got to tell you, I am not bored at work. There's always something really, really exciting happening. It can be exhausting. I won't say there's not challenges. Even a little bit of heartache. And for me, the hardest part is when people leave. And I realized the last couple weeks that I gotta just take a deep breath and let people, you know, whatever their comfort zone is, moving in and out of this company, I just gotta let that be.
The Bengal tiger and the doggy.
This is my daughter, Willow. How old are you?
3.
You're 3 years old. And who are these guys?
My pet.
Your pets?
No,
what are their names? Who's this?
I hate Bengal tigers.
You hate Bengal tigers? Oh, okay. Is this a leash?
No.
It's not a leash? What is that then?
It's a dog leash.
It's a dog leash, okay. So what's his or her name? What's his name?
Pinky.
Pinky? Okay.
Finky.
Right. Finky? Alright, so let's put Finky over here.
No.
Okay. So who's this?
Finky.
That's Finky? Well then who's this?
That is Whiny.
Whiny?
No, Whiny.
Okay.
Lion. This is a lion.
Alright, off you go then. Oh, Liony?
Position.
You want me to take this off?
And
Alright.
put it and stick it just right down on my dog.
Okay, we'll put it on your dog instead. Hey, can you say hi to the camera? Say hi to everybody.
Hi.
Yep. Okay, here you go. So, yeah, a little bit about me. I am 43. I've been married 18 years. Got married when I was 25. My wife and I, we, from first date to proposal, 19 days. Yeah, don't recommend that for everyone, but it worked for us.
Let's take a picture of us. Cheese.
Cheese! Okay, there you go. All right, go play, sweetie. No, 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 no. Don't do that. All right, off she goes. So, anyway, yeah, we got married. We were young and in love and just naive and romantic enough to go through with it. And we've always gotten along famously. We're firstborns. We have a lot, really a lot fundamentally in common. And so, yeah, graduated age 25 to 30. I was in college, worked at the college library, got my degree in Spanish. In my early 20s, I was a missionary in South America. So I've lived, oh, I lived poor. I lived like the common folk in South America. I had fleas. I knew what it was like to be hungry, diseases. Oh my gosh. Oh, it was brutal. But happiest time of my life. Funny that, how the simplest times are the happiest times. Growing up, I grew up in Southern Oregon. See, I'm going backwards instead of chronological order. I grew up in, see, I told you this video was going to be as long as I wanted. I warned you. Why didn't you listen? So, grew up in Southern Oregon as really a feral child. Starting in 6th grade, I was pretty much unsupervised. In 7th grade, our dad left us, so it was just my mom and me and my little sister for my teenage years. I was emancipated at about 16 and a half. And I use that as shorthand. I wasn't legally emancipated, but I lived on my own, had a job, paid my own rent, wrote my own absence notes from high school, you know. Dear attendance office, Sean, please excuse Sean from the first 3 periods of this day. Love always, Sean. And yeah, my grade point average was 3.6 my freshman year, right? 2.6 my sophomore year, 1.6, and my senior year it was 0.6. And you know, contents may vary from that story, but that was basically it. I barely graduated. I probably wouldn't have graduated nowadays. But I was literate because of all the reading and all the Dungeons and Dragons. Dungeons and Dragons saved my education. And I read a ton and became really good at mental math because of all the role-playing games. You know, calculating percentages and charts and probabilities. You know, my old Champions book, I think, explained, or it was the old Dungeon Master's Guide that explained the bell curve of probabilities. But anyway, so yeah, I graduated from college around age 30. Don't recommend college. Didn't really help me that much. But, you know, that's me. And then I was a teacher for 4.5 years. I taught elementary school in the San Francisco Bay Area in California. So that's like wild swings. I went from possibly politically the bluest area you could be, moving out to Utah, possibly the reddest area that you could be. So wild swings there in terms of environment. And but I view myself not in terms of red and blue, but in terms of tyranny and freedom, statism and liberty. So anyway, but I won't go down that road. Then I started Blue Table Painting, so I'm currently in that epoch of my life, which is this one company. And I probably won't always run it. I may go on to do other things. I can't imagine what now. I'm imagining this as being at least, you know, at least 20 or 30 years. Because of all the possibilities. There's a lot of room for growth here of things that we could do, especially with the Valhalla type projects. So, moving on, that's a brief history of me. Yeah, I'm very direct. Most people aren't. Well, and see, don't people kind of disguise their flaws by, you know, saying, well, I'm this way, but it's actually that they're obnoxious. And they're passing it off as a virtue. So I won't go any further down that road then, because everything I say will be suspect. Alright, so that's what's going on. We are eager, of course, to set up new projects. I have a fantastic crew now. It's really ridiculous, and the studio is getting so good and so well known that I'm drawing really fantastic talent from all over the place. Well, that's it for me. I'm out for the weekend. I hope you enjoyed the insights on life and Warhammer 40K 6th edition. Blam! Oh, I can't get enough. I love this edition. I gotta tell you, I'm really super excited about it because you will just, you know, pick a unit of Knob Warbikers up, because they can ally with like 5 different things. They're fun. Pick up something fun. You know, a lot of things that were on the bench are now back in the game. It's really a great time to be a 40K player. Oh, did want to look something up earlier. Tyranids is a Hive Tyrant. Ah! Yes! Oh! It's on now! Observe! A Hive Tyrant is a monstrous creature and also a character. Oh! Okay, so, and you're probably like, well, why does that matter? Let me tell you why it matters, because with double Force Org, you can get 1, 2, 3, 4 winged Hive Tyrants. Haha! Can you imagine, right? Is it the age of Hero Hammer? Is it the age of the Uber unit? I don't think so. I think because the other thing is true too. Now, those elites, those troops, they're unleashed. Who has rapid fire weapons? Mostly the small guys. And those things just got a lot more mobile, and you're moving, and then you're shooting them 24 inches. That's enormous. And so my theory is I want to do that. I want to challenge Thomas's Wolf Lord of Doom unit. Bring it on. I want to see how that works, and just blow them up with 240 shots, because everything dies to enough firepower. Oh yeah, 100 warriors with, let's say half of them are going to get within the 12-inch range. Well, that's probably not realistic. Let's say a third. So 30. So yeah, that's 130 shots. And as we saw, everything mathematically goes down to the certain number of shots, if you can just get enough firepower on there. And so anyway, yeah, Hive Tyrant, now you can start allocating wounds elsewhere in the unit. That is super. So yeah, can a character join a unit if it's just a regular character and not an independent character, I wonder? Isn't that interesting? Well, better look into that. Alright, well, this is going on and on. Can't think of a single thing to talk about. Yeah, I'm kind of bored. Bored tonight. Gonna watch some TV. Edit some video. Edit this video, in fact. I gotta get that up. Alright, well, thanks for tuning in, and I'll talk to you early next week.